that is. It's like I'm.
Ah,
We are.
hi, Stacey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, this is nice. Look at that.
This is like people are gonna say, Stacy, you're too comfortable. But you know what? You two guys, I have been very excited to interview you. Okay, I'm gonna get serious for a moment.
And
So
we've been looking forward to it.
they're making me look, y'all done got me off track. So anybody watching, thank you for tuning in. This is the Stacey Thomas Unrestricted Unlimited Talk Show. For those of you that don't know, Unrestricted Unlimited simply means don't put me or my guests in a box. We have yet to see all that God has for us. And as you can see, the people that I'm bringing on, we're about to watch them grow, 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 grow. Sharon,
Yeah.
Lizzy, Barry Farmer from the Barry Farmer Morning Show. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Look at me cheesing like I done hit the lottery.
Me too.
Okay, so we know we it would have been so much better had I been able to come to you guys.
Yes, it would have. We was looking
Aw.
forward to you coming here.
And I even fixed my wig for you, girl.
And we're gonna do it again. But I want to start because I know you guys are busy. You got your shows to work on. So let's
Yeah.
start with the Barry Farmer Morning Show is a nationally syndicated radio show, correct? It
Yes.
hasn't always been like that. So for me, I want to know, first of all, real quickly, who you are. Let's start with Barry. Who are you? Who were you before we got to this point, Barry?
Oh, okay. Who was I before we got to the show? So I'm Barry Farmer, originally from North Side of Richmond, Virginia. Before the show, worked in education about 15 years, doing a little bit of everything. Behavior counselor, teacher assistant, counselor, camp counselor, all that. So this ain't about you right now. Then I'm always been someone that likes to be in the meet the public and talk to people and things like that. So I started doing a few blogs, vlogging. I did a foster care blog for a little while, blogging, magazine, uh, and then I got a podcast a few years ago, and the Bear from a Morning Show kind of grew from that podcast. It had so many names before it became the Bear from a Morning Show with Sharon and Lizzy. It used to be the Buffet podcast. It used to be the Adoption and Foster Care Life podcast. It used to be on the Barry Farmer Show, and then we got on 101.1 The Fam, this radio, and it became the Barry Farmer Morning Show. Then I was doing that by myself for a little while, very briefly, and I ended up running into my old friend Sharon. She was a little lit that night, but I asked her, would you consider being my co-host on the show? Let's give it a try. From there, it became the Bear Farmer Morning Show. So that's how I got to this. It was a little, rocky at first, trying to be on air and talk to myself.
Well,
Try to keep the show going. But, with a co-host is so much better because we feed off of each other. We find great people to talk to, and like you, Stacey Thomas. And we brought you in the studio, and you were a little timid, a little shy.
She broke out later.
So, I like meeting people. I like getting to know people.
now,
So, a great way to do that.
yeah, and you're talking about the podcast, you're talking about the blogs, you're talking about the radio show. You mentioned you did a foster care blog. But what is it? Because I know when I've mentioned your name to other individuals, they remember the Barry Farmer that they've seen on television because of what he's doing. What is it about? You did more than just a foster care blog. What were you advocating for, Barry?
Usually you see me on TV advocating for older children that are in foster care who are in need of adoption. I'm an adoptive father of 3 boys. I grew up in kinship care, which is another form of foster care here in the Richmond area with my grandmother. So, sometimes when you hear about me, you do hear about more foster care and adoption because that's one of my passions. right there. I advocate for older kids who need adopting from homes. You might see TV commercials, video ads, and things like that because I put my heart into that because I really believe in that.
Okay. Beautiful, beautiful Sharon Lizzy.
Yes.
It seems like every time I see you, I learn something differently about you. And I still don't believe I know everything. Sharon, before you joined the show, what were your dreams or what were you doing? What was your dream? Or were you working on your dreams?
My dream is acting. I do acting and I've been doing it professionally since about 2009. I was living in Atlanta and now I'm back in Richmond, Virginia, my home. I grew up in Northside Richmond as well. And I too am a part of Battery Pop. Let's throw that in there. Whoop, whoop, Northside.
Shout out to
Miss Speed. Hey, Miss Speed. Only a few will get that.
Right.
But I also work with the City of Richmond Public School System. And I'm a people person. And so I just love, not so much being in the public, but I do. But I like quiet time as well. I love traveling. And I love just spotlighting people and what they do and what they can bring to the table. And just, life itself. I love to laugh. If you have not figured that out, then I don't know what else to tell you.
That's what we do best.
And I love Barry Farmer. It was a blessing to run into him. As I said, I was a little lit. But it was a blessing to run into him, to have this opportunity to do radio because I already do television, theater, and movies. So, hey, that's just another gift that I have. And I didn't know I had it, but he brought it out of me. So thank you.
Welcome, Sharon.
So you were feeling good. Understandable. Okay. Look, Barry, did you know Sharon before the night you stumbled upon her lit?
Yes, I do, Sharon. We had worked together, indirectly worked together in the same building a few years prior. We weren't friends, but we knew of each other.
Right.
And I just recognized her that night. I was like, oh, snap, that's good, because I know she's been doing the acting and things like that. I said, oh, this is perfect because I do need a co-host. So I just presented the idea. We had never worked directly together, but she knew my capabilities and who I was and what it was like to work with me. So I guess that what made her come along for the ride.
Yes.
Talk about God.
And I do not regret it.
Talk about God connecting people, and even while you lit, you can still be blessed.
That's right.
Oh, look, it's LaShawanda. Hey, LaShawanda! You better come on here, dude.
Listen, yeah, LaShawanda, the two are definitely electric. Definitely electric. Sharing your voice and Barry's voice, and I don't say it because you guys have been a blessing to me, interviewing me, having you on your show. I'm so thankful. But the two of you, obviously, you already know you're only going to continue to grow. I can't figure out, I'm not trying to figure out. I'm just two great voices together for radio. Two great personalities. You know what I mean? Even as you guys are talking to me, the personalities. What type of guests? Tell us about both of you. What are you looking for when you interview people or you bring people on the show?
We are looking for people who are hungry. We're looking for people who are ambitious about what they do.
Yes.
And we want to make sure that when they come here, they know that they're ready to talk about what they do. We don't need them to be shy. We need to be able to talk about their experiences and how they got to the point where they are today when it comes to their nonprofits or their startup business or their storefronts or their online businesses or just a story in general. If you're a podcaster, if you're a YouTuber, if you are an actor, actress, anything with projects coming out, come talk to us. We're not going to bite you. We're going to ask you the right questions. We're not going to make you feel uncomfortable. We're going to make you laugh. And it's the same thing with our sponsors and advertisers. We're not going to misrepresent you. We protect our brand. We know we know what is right for, you know.
And there are advertising opportunities for others.
Absolutely.
Yes, and we consider them unique advertising opportunities. We just don't want to just stick your voice on the radio. We want to work directly with you.
Yes.
So and that's how we like to do that.
Will you
and
guys?
that's why we're looking for people who are passionate, because we want to make sure that because of where they are, that they don't forget where they came from. You know, it's all about helping each other. You know, you may have a business or interest that no one else has, or you think no one else has, and then they can be interconnected.
Okay, two things. Number one, Barry, because you've been doing this longer as far as radio, and Sharon, because she's been acting. Have you ever been fearful?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me tell you, my first show was when I was on radio, because I was so used to doing podcasting, but going live on radio is totally different. And you know, your voice gets to shaking, you're trying to read and make sure you have enough time to say what you need to say before your mic goes off and everything like that. But you have to grow into it, you get that confidence, you do it over and over and over again. And then when you add a co-host to the mix, it's even easier, I feel, because you don't have to pick up you don't have to carry all the weight. Your co-host can come in and pick up the ball while
you feed off of each other.
And that too.
So you've been fearful, Sharon?
Always. I always say, if there is no fear in what you do, then you've gotten too complacent. There should always be a level of fear. You cannot be overly confident.
Okay, and as you two grow your radio show, how do you keep from being discouraged seeing so many others trying to do what you're doing, or if you see someone's trying to do what you're doing, how do you keep that? Okay, let me try this again, because I see Barry's face.
Because I'm like, we don't get discouraged. We're never discouraged. Okay. We're not competing with anyone.
Okay, so for entrepreneurs and CEOs out here, or people that are trying to get their business going, what would you say to them? Because obviously you have a lot of people that are doing what you're doing, but you keep steady moving. What would you say to the next person as far as keeping their mind on what they're doing and not everybody else?
Well, it's always, I would say, you can pay attention to your competition, but you don't have to be your competition.
Oh, that's good.
That's how we are. We can pay attention to the competition, but that's not us. We have our own brand. We're building our own path to this, because there are thousands of radio shows.
Yes.
But when you hear of us, you know, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to present me and my business. And as we continue to grow, you'll see why we're growing, because we're energetic, because we're genuine, because we are, you know, innovative in what we do. We're not just stuck on the radio. You can find us on social media doing all types of happy stuff as well, because that's how we help grow the show. We want to be on all platforms. We don't have to stay on radio.
And we don't have time to listen to competition, if you will. We're busy trying to craft what it is that we do.
Right.
And what you do is amazing. Oh, LaShawanda, I hope I'm saying her name right. She wanted to add it on there. You know, it's great. Barry, I see that you've been promoting your young man at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I haven't called for him to help show the natural color of my vehicle is because I'm not in the Richmond area. But should I come, I will call.
Tell her she's all good, because I have what Barry named the Green Ghost. If he can help the Green Ghost, he can help anybody.
So, you guys, is there anything that you want? Because I know you guys have to go. Is there anything that I did not ask you that you need for the listeners or the watchers? Because it's going to be on the podcast. So, what do you want people to hear if they don't see this video?
Just follow along. Follow us for the ride. We're going to continue to grow. We're just going to keep working at it until everybody knows who we are. And when they know who we are, they can't help but to work with us, because we're going to definitely work with them.
And they need to know where to follow us.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Sharon, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sharon1, and also on Facebook at Sharon Lizzy.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am Barry Farmer.
And extra dope.
You can visit berryfarmer.com.
I love you guys.
We love you too, Stacey Thomas. Thank you so much.
Do it one more time.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, get with it.
An extra dose. Did I get you? Did I get you?
Take care. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now come here next time.
Yeah, come here.
Will do. Hello. I love interviews like that. Thank you guys for watching. I had one viewer that was constantly giving comments. La Shawanda, thank you so much for participating in the interview. I am Stacey Thomas, unrestricted, unlimited, all day long. Don't put me in a box. I have yet to see what God has for me. Please be sure to follow the Berry Farmer Morning Show. For any of my t-shirts, please inbox me. I'm advertising all the time. To find my books by Stacey Thomas, check them out on Amazon. And as always, don't stress about yesterday or worry too much about tomorrow, because if you do, you just might miss living today.